Hello everyone, my name is Abhijit Das. I am from Assam and recently I have attended the 50th NCC entry, and in this video I will be discussing my experience at the center. My SSB was on 11th of September. As this was my first interview, I did not want to get late, so I booked my train on 8th of September and I reached there on 9th of September. So, moving forward, I reported at the SSB Center on 11 September in the morning 5 a.m. where 20 to 25 candidates were present. And then we are allowed to enter at around 6 a.m. Then we are made to stand in a queue for the reporting where our RT-PCR documents and online application forms were checked. Then we are told that face shields and hand gloves are must, and then they sold both at rupees 80 for the face shield and rupees 30 for the hand gloves. After that, we are made to sit in shed number 3 for nearly half an hour, and then they told us to keep our luggage in shed number 1 and take the documents with us and go for the breakfast in candidates mess. The breakfast was pretty delicious. It was cornflakes, chapatis with sabji along with a banana. And after that we are made to fall in the ground, and they ask if someone is having incomplete documents or if someone is having tattoos. So two to three of us were having tattoos, but those are minor tattoos acceptable to defense forces. And after that, all the candidates were segregated as freshers, screenouts, and repeaters, where most of us were repeaters and freshers. Then we are told to move in a line to the Bikram Batra hall, and then we are allotted chest numbers along with the TA forms accordingly. In the hall, first of all, our RT-PCR reports and online applications were submitted. And after that, our TA forms along with our train tickets were collected. And then those who are having incomplete documents, especially the college related documents like the provisional certificates or the final mark sheets, are told to leave the premises immediately. Then one of the assessors came. I think he was a psychologist. So he began our OIR test with non-verbal for 24 minutes and for the verbal test for 27 minutes. We got the DRPR booklet number 169 and 170. After that, all the lights were turned off, and then we are told to stand and relax for a few minutes and then begin our PPDT. We were shown a picture with a little boy and a kind of smoke is coming. I wrote a story on environment pollution. When 4 minutes got over, we are told to stop writing and submit our responses. While submitting, I saw many candidates have written incomplete stories. We were in total approx 190 candidates, and then for GD we were divided in groups of 20. My chest number was 33 and I was in group number 2. And then we are told to stand outside in group wise. And then one by one the GD started. Our group was on the last. We entered the hall where I saw all the 3 assessors, the psychologist, GTO and the IO were sitting. They politely instructed us about the narration and GD, and it started. In our group, about 40% candidates spoke in Hindi, and some of them could not even narrate the complete story. The nervousness hit us hard, and the case was same with me. I spoke in English, of course, and completed my story, but without much confidence. Then GD started. Our GD was not a fish market. 3 to 4 candidates were dominated the group. I kept one of my point, but it was not that much effective to the group, and I messed up in the GD. And finally, we came to a common story about the COVID-19 situation and successfully completed our GD within the given time. Then we were told to go to the Bikram Batra hall again and keep our documents there, and then we had our lunch. It was pretty tasty. The lunch had chicken with rice, chapati, curry along with banana and cornflakes. Then we went back to the hall where all the assessors checked our documents, and after that we are made to sit nearly 3 to 4 hours in the hall doing nothing. Then the psychologist came and announced the results. where 8 were screened in among the huge crowd and gave a lecture. And then he gave a lecture not to demoralize and all. Then we went back to our respective places. I booked my train on the same day at 11 at the night. So this was my SSB experience for the first time at SSB Allahabad. Now I would like to give some tips for the upcoming aspirants in the SSB interview. First of all, do not go without preparation. The perception of the story is something which needs guidance. Second, be disciplined and sincere at all the time. They are assessing you there. And third and most important, double check all your documents, especially the college provisional certificates, for which a lot of us were expelled. And give your best in narration and GD, and use English as far as possible. And at last, do not lose hope of getting screened out. In fact, try even harder the next time. Now coming to the main question, is SSB Allahabad a rejection center? The answer to that question is no. Every SSB has equal set standards which they follow. It's just the SSB Allahabad which has 5 boards in it, and the number of candidates were huge. And talking about the NCC entry, where hundreds of candidates report every day, they have to assess each and every candidate against the vacancy of only 50. So the filtration in NCC entry is very much. That's why the less number of candidates got selected compared to CDS and FCAT entry. So my suggestion would be to improve your communication skill and develop a gift of the gap. Jai Hind.